Most deaf, most deaf. Hey, Cavett Haynes has a great question. I was a little too young to remember this, but he says, Dusty and Lonzo, do y'all remember LAPD Chief Willie Williams? Did
Yep.
a black chief make a difference in the streets?
No. Willie Williams was the same police captain in Philadelphia when they blew up them folks in Philadelphia. Shit, he was the goddamn police department. When they blew up them brothers and sisters in
Good looking out, Isaiah. Good looking out.
Much love, Isaiah. When they check the history books, who was the chief of police in Philadelphia when they blew up I forgot the name of the organization. It was a black group. They had a whole like New Jack City, but there wasn't no drug situation. It was a compound, and they wouldn't let the police in, and they dropped a bomb on their asses. That was the second time America had been bombed by its own people. That was in Philadelphia, and I think it was 84 or something like that.
85, yeah, 1985 MOVE bombing, MOVE bombing.
Right, MOVE.
It was at the Cobbs Creek neighborhood of Philadelphia.
Who was the police chief of police?
I see a Gregory Sam. I'm looking. Keep talking. I'll find it.
I think.
Oh, no, you could be right. Who the police chief was?
Yeah, I think.
What's his name? Willie Williams.
Willie Williams. I think it was Willie Williams. And that's why they brought him to L.A. because L.A. was on fire when he came here.
Damn. Okay. So they saw. Okay.
Yeah, he came with a serious reputation. He wasn't taking no shit. He didn't know nothing, but he didn't. He had a reputation.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. That's the first time I heard of that story. I'm gonna have to go down that rabbit hole.
You got to be old on something like that.
Yeah, Isaiah, and I was about to say this as well, but her lawyer was black, Lonzo, but her lawyer was named Charles Lloyd. Going back to the Soon John Un lady who shot Natasha Harlins.
What law firm was he with?
Oh, that could be odd. Now we're all right. Well, keep going. Hey, look that up for me, Isaiah, if you don't mind. I'm gonna do it on my end too, because it could have been part of Cochran's law firm. Right.
Okay. Might not have been him, but I think it might have been somebody from his firm. Okay, my bad. I know his name kept popping up in the news briefs. Okay. Yeah, Willie Williams was the chief of police when the cops was crazy. You're damn right. Okay.
It is.
Yep. Dude. Bernard Parks, LAPD. I don't know. My interaction with the LAPD has been very, very minimum. I've been stopped by them, but never really dealt with them. Even as close as I am to the 108th Street, I don't really deal with them. They don't never give me a problem. So I've had more run-ins with the sheriff than anything else.
Okay. What about Tom Bradley? He was
He was a mayor. He was a mayor for a while, and then was he chief of police too?
No. I'm just curious if he, his story. If you what did this? Did anything happen during his tenure?
I mean, I was a kid doing the Tom Bradley thing. I remember my mama saw him at the airport, and she was all, "Oh my God, Mayor Bradley!" Daddy, shut the fuck up. My mom was a groupie. Mom was a groupie to the mayor. I don't, man. I was a little bit before my time, Doc.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Tucker was the chief when they bombed the move. Okay, my bad. But
hey, we got the fact checkers in the building. They'll definitely get us on those facts.
Homeboy was somewhere around he was somewhere in the vicinity when it happened. Okay. Willie Williams was either an assistant chief or something like that. He was definitely in the command when that jumped off. He may not have been the one that made the command, but he was definitely in the hierarchy that was a part of that situation. Okay. Did you see if homeboy came from Johnny Cochran's?
No, I was still trying to figure out the Willie Williams thing in Philly to see, but yeah, there's sports, others not.
Now Daryl Gates.
There we go. All right. Daryl Gates, what?
Now Daryl Gates, he was a son of a bitch.
Yeah, so Williams was the first African-American commissioner of the Philadelphia Police Department and the first African-American chief of the LAPD. So yes, right before LAPD, he was definitely in Philadelphia. So if he was the commissioner of the police force there, he definitely has something to do with that bombing, right?
Right. He definitely was involved. He may not have made a command, but he definitely knew what was going on.
Oh yeah. The whole thing on the Philly situation. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole for
sure. My man Kevin Hayes says, yes, sir, Lonzo, he was next in line in Philly. Okay. So I wasn't too far off. I knew he was involved. He might not have pushed the button, but he damn sure knew what time it was gonna go down.
Yeah. Well, before we move on, Lonzo, I got a few clips I want to play for you throughout the night. But before we move on, I'm going to ask everybody to hit that like button. If you haven't already, just take a quick second just to hit that like. That really, really helps us out. And if this is your first time checking us out, please hit that subscribe button. But I got to give props, Lonzo, to this organization. We're going to talk about some grown-ass men enlightened stuff right now. But I got to give props to this organization out of Detroit. Brothers of New Era Detroit. They actually go around pumping gas, loading groceries, and looking after black women moving around Detroit after dark.
More power to them.
We need more men like this.
More power to them.
Love shit like that, man. We need organizations like that in different cities, man.
Man, it's gonna take, let me say this right here. I'm doing some stuff through the chamber. For those who don't know, I said it 1,000 times. I'm gonna say it 1,001. I'm the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, and the mayor has me on a program, Bloomberg Harvard Institute, and we have been for the past 3 weeks breaking down problems over the cities, in various cities. It's 10 cities. It's 10 cities, 8 people. Okay, and these cities all over the world, not just America. We got one in Stockholm, Germany, one in England, and in doing these classes and these Zoom calls, it's become apparent that a lot of places around the world got the same problem: homelessness, gangs. That shit is
everywhere. All that shit. It's everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay, I think we're the only all black crew. Only all black team, but white folks got the same issues with the kids is acting a fool, trash and homelessness and inflation. Everybody got the same problems. But we came to the conclusion that a lot of these problems cannot and will not be solved just by the politicians and the police. If people don't start stepping up, and like these brothers here, and where they from now?
Detroit.
Brother from Detroit. If you see a problem, you got to step up. And as you step up and start making things happen, other brothers will join you. It's like anything else. I've been saying this forever. You got to be like Nike. Just do it. If you see a problem, address it, man. You can't go out there with no guns and no knives. How about you gonna walk sisters to the car that somebody roll up on you, gonna blow them away? You're going to jail. But it's just the presence of men around an area that could be a potential target, put people in a targeted situation, makes a big difference, especially out of these youngsters. A lot of them ain't gonna run up on you. A lot of them, nah, they ain't gonna run up on you. Now you got some fools that I got to have that, but for the most part, the average one don't want to fight. That's why they pick on women in the first place, because they punks. That's why they pick on women and youngsters, because they punks. They see a grown man out there, they're not gonna do nothing. They go, nah, I'm finna go home. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Okay, and that's just something that I've observed over the years, and I see these kind of programs. It reminds me of program they have we talked about this before in Louisiana, where the dads would go to school and they had fights every day in school, but all of a sudden pops show up and the whole attitude of the school changed. Okay, and that's another reason why I say it's important that black men stay in the community, because when the men are there, the fools they got somebody to deal with. When you got a bunch of young, crazy wolves in the pack, and all you got is cubs and female wolves, the young wolves said they can run shit. And that's what we've been dealing with for the longest. A lot of men in the families have been gone. They out of the household. They doing things. They in jail. They other places. And you got all these youngsters, no guidance, nobody kicking them in the ass. And sometimes a good kick in the ass is a great form of guidance. I'm a firm believer of shoe to the shoe to ass ratio. The shoe to ass ratio should always be implemented when necessary. I'm old school like that. But when that's not happening, folks think because you 13 or 14, you grown, your mama's smaller, you taller than your mama, and she really don't want to jump on you. She don't want to hurt you, but it is what it is. And you let you do what you want to do. You come in, she tell you to do something, you don't do it. And I even my family, I remember my uncle, he left, and my dad was acting as a substitute dad for his kids. He had 4 or 5 boys, and in any given day, he never had to kick no ass because mama kicked enough ass by herself. Okay, mama wasn't no joke. But every once in a while, pops had to go over there and do some reinforcing, and between him and the neighbor, kept everybody out of the penitentiary. Meanwhile, I'm watching the whole thing like I don't want to get in that kind of so it has all kind of effects. It has all kind of effects. And you see men team up on some youngsters. Look, boy, you're not going to disrespect your mom in no way, form, or fashion. I don't care what you think, how big you think you are. Don't make me come over here because I'm gonna come over here heavy. What you gonna do? All right, Mr. So-and-so. All right, Uncle So-and-so. And they know they will come. So that's the kind of thing you have to have in place to keep things in order. And I'm proud of these brothers in Detroit to stepping up to keeping the community safe, especially ladies.
Yeah. And you know what I love? Someone in the comments said, Kavit said, yeah, I saw a video of N.W.A. That's the name of their group in Detroit. He says, I saw a video of N.W.A. stepping up aggressive to tow truck drivers running scams with property management on single mothers in Detroit. I love shit like that, man.
Yeah, man. That's some buster ass shit right there. That's some buster ass shit. You go, somebody parked their car, you got a little security guard and a tow truck driver piece up, and the tow truck driver, the security guard might get $35, $40. Tow truck driver tow the car on some bullshit. Now your car's in the impound, and as soon as they hook it up, it's $100. I don't give a damn. It's $100 to make the yard. It might be 2 or 3. Your shit's already tight, and now they get to sell your car for sale for 30 days. So yes, skip that bullshit, okay? They tried to, man, they snatched my Cadillac one night, man. My good car, they snatched my car. I was in the Empire, I was gone. I came back 15 minutes later, my truck was gone.
Damn.
It happened to me twice. It happened to me a few years ago, but it happened to me last year. I was at a hotel taking care of some business, came back out, my shit was gone. $300 to get, the next day I got it, $300 before noon. $300. It's a hustle, man. And see, in the city allows them to do that. They make money on it because you can't, tow trucks. There's somebody on the lot that actually makes the phone call to the tow truck. We got 2 cars in the lot, so he's gonna get paid. He's a spotter, okay? You can't. The owner of a building, most time at the time to go home, they don't have time for that. But they got a little nickel-ass security guard out there. He, and no disrespect to security guards, but some of them be on the scandalous tip. And they call them up, to get their little change. And that's why the fees be so high. Everybody getting paid, including the city. They support the efforts of the crookedness. If you go downtown LA, now that's the difference. But you go downtown LA at 4 o'clock, tow trucks be lined up. They line up. If it's time at 4:01, they hauling cars. They round the corner waiting. Okay, before 5, I've seen them do it. 4 or 5 tow trucks at 4 o'clock. They say, "Move your cars." Okay, it's time to go. I don't like it, but I understand it. $100 a day in your what you
crazy.
You said $100 a day if you get impounded?
That sounds a little cheap, right?
No, it's I don't know if you know what.
Oh, you mean a day if it gets set? If it has to sit on the lot, meaning?
If it's $100 a day. I had a car stolen one time. Somebody stole one of my trucks in front of my house, 4 o'clock in the morning. I just missed the guy stealing it. I heard him outside fumbling. By the time I got up out of my daze, because I was half asleep, my truck was gone. There was a white van sitting in the middle of the street right next to where my truck would normally sit at. I called the police. Police show up. While I'm doing the police report, the cops radio talks about a black Chevy truck involved in a robbery. These guys stole somebody's GPS device. That's before they had all the GPSs in the car. Make a long story short, that was on a Saturday night. They found my truck Sunday. I picked it up Monday. By the time they got through, I was at $1,000. It was just enough damage not to qualify for the deductible to pay for the damage, and the tow truck and the other shit. It was like 300 and some, almost $400. It was like $850. Okay, $850. And I got my truck. They found it on Saturday night. I picked it up Monday, $850.
Damn, so, you just got to take it. You just got to take it like a champ.
Nigga, for $50, you could have rented the damn truck. Shit, I'd have gave you the keys. But yeah, man, they got scammed, dog. You got cold scams everywhere, and when